Like, welcome to my channel. I'm Tansy Danielle, and if you are new here, please come in, sit down, and don't touch none. No, seriously. If you are new here, welcome. Like, comment, and subscribe. But today I want to get into a debate that's like worldwide and world renowned for being one of the biggest debates, or probably up there with World War II and the magnitude of how serious it is. Everyone always wants to know which cruise line is better, Royal Caribbean or Carnival. Let's talk about it. As a traveler who has cruised on both cruise lines, I actually do like them both for different reasons. And let's get into those. Starting with Carnival, the pros. Number one, Carnival is just what they say, fun. That's their slogan, and they really, really, really live up to it. I can remember when I travel on Carnival, it's just so much to do, and it's really, really a good time. That's a pro for me, because when I'm traveling and I'm on a cruise, I want to have fun. And so that's a pro for me. From the comedy clubs to karaoke to the nightclub, I'm a person that when I cruise somewhere, I want to do pretty much everything that's available to me. Carnival has this itinerary thing called Fun Times, where it's going to show everything that's going on the ship. I'm one of those people who will get up in the morning and try to attend almost every single thing. And, Carnival brings it when it comes to that. You'll see some things. To me, another part I liked was that the crew had a lot of energy, and they made you want to join in on the fun. The crew and the passengers both had a lot of energy. Second thing to me, the food. Carnival, I know you guys have probably heard about Guy's Fieri's burgers on Carnival Cruise Line, and everyone says they're the best burgers at sea. I'm not gonna lie, they were pretty good. I had to stand in line a little while to get to those, but the burgers gave what they were supposed to give. I'm not gonna lie. But you can only eat so many burgers, but the food on Carnival is definitely a plus. As far as the dining room food, I think cruise food is just cruise food, and I'm not really a fan of cruise food, but the cruise food in the dining room of Carnival and the buffets and things, they were edible. I can say if you have a certain palate or you're used to certain things, bring your little seasoned salt and you'll be fine. Certain things I just could absolutely not eat. And other than that, I would give the food on Carnival at least a B minus, at least. It was pretty decent. No complaints from me really there. And as far as the steakhouse, the specialty dining, I've had great experiences with the specialty dining on Carnival. Everything was delicious. I have no complaints about the steakhouse at all. Another pro, I feel like Carnival has the better sail away party. And it's exactly what it says it is, a sail away party. You are going to party on Carnival. It's no way around it. I think another good thing, I think that Carnival is more budget friendly. If you're a person traveling with family or groups of people, Carnival is definitely the way to go. That's the pro for me, because in this economy that we're living in, everything is just super, super expensive. And I feel like you'll get more for your money on Carnival, definitely. Now the cons, to me, like the one thing that I listed as a pro that is fun, a con to me for Carnival is that it may be too much of a party atmosphere for some people. How do you turn it off? It's a nonstop party. And for some people, like myself, at times when I vacation, I want to rest and relax. And I don't want to party, 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 party all the time. So that could be a con. It's a nonstop party. And some people, that might not be what they want to do. Second thing to me, I feel like is a con that Carnival, even though it's family friendly, it's catered to families. You can bring your children. They have things for your children to do. Some of the things that you may see on Carnival, I don't know as a mother that I'm necessarily comfortable with my 6-year-old seeing, if that makes sense. And I'm not going to always ship the kids off to the daycare or kids club and things like that. Sometimes I want them with me. And, I know people rag on Carnival, calling them the Walmart of the seas or Spirit Airlines of the seas. But just know, like, when walking in Walmart, you're going to see some things. On a Carnival cruise, you're going to see some things too. So I don't know if that's necessarily family friendly, or, to me, that's a con. You may see some things that you don't want your kids seeing, honestly and truthfully. But it just depends on what you want to do in your own personal preference. Some people love Walmart, some people hate it. Just your personal preference. Another con to me about Carnival is they have some of the more dated ships. Not saying that they don't have newer ships that have been renovated or just setting sail. I think like the Carnival Jubilee is a new one, very nice. But I have sailed on some of the older ships, and it's okay, But if you're a person that is all about the aesthetics and you want things to look and feel nice and new, some of the Carnival ships may not be for you. You may want to check the year that it was built or when it was renovated, look up some pictures and see if this is what you want to cruise on, because it's the worst thing to get there and you have a picture in your mind of what you think it's going to be like and it looks nothing like that. So those are my pros and cons for Carnival. Let's do a recap. Pros, number one, I feel like it's super fun. Number two, I think they have good food. Number three, they have a better sail away party. And number four, they are budget friendly. Some of the cons, number one, it might be too much for some, unending party. Number two, not as family friendly. You can travel with your family there, but it may be some things that you may encounter, some things that not necessarily are suitable for your kids to see. And the last one is that I felt like the ships were kind of dated. Some of them are kind of dated. Now on to Royal Caribbean. Let's talk about the pros of Royal Caribbean. Number one, the aesthetics and the grandeur of the ships of Royal Caribbean are just wow. You're going to get that wow factor when you walk onto Royal Caribbean. No doubt about it. Their Oasis class ships are some of the the largest ships in the world. I know if you may have heard about the Icon of the Seas that haven't been that long set sails, and the ones that they have coming even after that, they are the largest ships at sea worldwide. And they really play into this. So when you go, my first thought when I first cruised Royal Caribbean, I'm not going to lie, the interior of the ship, my first thought to my friend who I travel with, I told her, I feel like I'm in the mall. And I didn't expect the ship to be like this. My actual first cruise was on Royal Caribbean. And I was like, whoa, this is huge. And just walking around looking and recording, it was absolutely beautiful. And I'm a person who, like I said, loves to do everything on the ship. So I'm probably going to check out that Icon of the Seas, because that's just me, my personality. I don't want to hear what everybody has to say about it. I want to know for myself. But that's definitely a pro for me. Royal Caribbean is very pleasing to the eyes, updated, and you're going to like what you see as far as the features on Royal Caribbean, no doubt about it. Second thing, there are lots of activities and things to do. Royal Caribbean really goes there with their shows. You're going to be entertained. Now, not necessarily, I'm not sure if it's the kind of entertainment that you like, but they will put on a show. It's going to be dancing and singing and things like that you can sit down and watch. They're going to put on a show. Really, really grand type shows. And it's still the same things to do that you do on Carnival, but the atmosphere is very different. You will notably notice the difference in the atmosphere between both ships. But that's a pro for me for Royal Caribbean, the shows. I definitely like the shows that were on Royal Caribbean. Another pro, Royal Caribbean is family friendly. It's often, they have things, promotions where the kids can sail free. That's just amazing to me. If you're parents and you want to go out and have a good time and vacate and bring the kids, the fact that they can sail free is amazing, and it's so much for the kids to do. And they're gonna be able to be in a friendly environment. It's not gonna be a whole bunch of just wilding out. Very family friendly, and that's a pro for me as a mother. And another pro for me, if you're a person who the rest and relaxation, you can get that definitely on Royal Caribbean. No lie. Some people, when we travel or when you travel, they don't want to party. So for me, Royal Caribbean, you can get more of that rest and relaxation and just reset, clear your mind if there's something that you want to do on a cruise. Not saying that they don't have parties, because they do. They have clubs and everything like that. But if you want to get some rest and just disconnect from everything, you can definitely do that on a Royal Caribbean cruise. And that's a plus for me, and I think for a lot of us working every day and dealing with the hustle and bustle of life, you want to get away and actually get away and not need a vacation from your vacation when you come home. Now for the cons for Royal Caribbean. Now, to some, this may not be a con. It just depends on what you're looking for. It's going to be a less intense ship, nowhere near as lively and energetic as Carnival. I think Carnival caters to more of a younger crowd. Royal Caribbean is going to be an older crowd and it's going to be more laid back. Now, there will be some partying, but it's not like, whoa, you're not going to get that. So it's definitely enjoyable, though. I think it just depends on who you are, but just expect a less intense atmosphere and an older crowd. For a lot of people, sometimes like myself, that's a con. Second thing, larger ships mean larger people, larger groups of people. And what I mean by that is, I'll give you an example, like the Icon of the Seas that just set sail, or a lot of the Oasis class ships. The Icon of the Seas can hold up to 10,000 passengers and crew, where I think like a lot of the Carnival ships or other ships are around 3 to 4,000 people. If you can handle being in an atmosphere with that many people, and that's if the ship is full. Some people don't like crowds and they don't want to be there like that. Probably lines when you go places and more things to do because of that. It's more people, but uh, probably going to be more things to do because it is more people, but just be prepared for that. If you are not interested in cruising with a lot of people, Royal Caribbean may not be for you because they do cater to larger groups and bigger ships. And the aim is to fill the ship for each, when it says sails, for it to be at capacity. So just be aware of that. Last thing to me that was a con for Royal Caribbean, the food. I did not care for the food at all. They had like a pizza place that was pretty decent, but you can only eat so much pizza. I seem to remember Johnny Rockets, and that was okay, but the actual food in the dining room, I could not take. Maybe, if I had brought a little seasoning, that would have helped. And also the specialty dining, I didn't care for it as well. That's just my honest opinion. Maybe different for somebody else, but the food compared to Carnival's was not that good to me. But I am still willing to try again, so maybe they've gotten better, but I didn't care for the food on Royal Caribbean, me personally. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. One thing I may have forgotten as a pro for Royal Caribbean, their private island, Coco Cay, awesome. Um, like literally, I felt like I was in a movie when I got there. Everything was awesome. I went when Coco Cay had first opened, so I'm pretty sure it's even better now. It was amazing. For if you're looking for that resort type experience on a cruise, Perfect Day at Coco Cay gives that. And that's definitely a pro for Royal Caribbean. So let's go back and do a little recap. Number one, my pro for Royal Caribbean is that the ships are excellent and just pleasing to the eyes. You're going to love that part. The first pro I have for Royal Caribbean is that the ships are just amazing and the most innovative at sea. There's no doubt about that. The second thing I love is so much to do. I love the shows. The shows were amazing. And I felt like the third thing, they were very family friendly and also good for rest and relaxation. Also good for rest and relaxation. The cons, less intense ship, not as fun as other cruise lines. Passengers come with larger ships, can be overcrowded, give you a sense of being overcrowded. The third con I had was the food. I didn't really care for the food. And also another plus was the Perfect Day at Coco Cay, the private island. I loved it. So basically, to answer the question, which cruise line is better, Carnival or Royal Caribbean, it really depends on the person. It depends on you and your personal preferences. If you're a person that's looking to have fun and you want that unending party and that's why you cruise to party, then Carnival is for you. If you're looking to party some and maybe relax some or travel with the kids, then I think Royal Caribbean is the better choice. Also, Royal Caribbean does cost more, so you will more than likely pay more. You're going to pay for those aesthetics and the features that you're getting on Royal Caribbean, especially if you're cruising the Oasis class ship. So it's not as budget friendly. that's another con. But that's just my personal opinion. I really like both cruise lines actually for different reasons. So comment below in the comments for me if you are Team Carnival or Team Royal Caribbean, or just how do you feel about it? Have you sailed on both of them? If not, do you want to? Let me know down in the comments below. Again, I thank you guys for joining, tuning in.